Alright everyone, now in the previous video we created a little death animation for the wretch where he falls over and turns to dust, but I also want a spirit to rise up from the wretch and be grateful that he has ended and escaped his curse of being a wolfman. So what I want to do is grab an if then, and as we're going through these costumes here, this is going to run a test to see whether or not it's gone through enough costumes, and when it has, it's going to say, okay, create the spirit. So grab an equals if looks costume number equals, let's say about halfway through, so 7, then, and here we're going to have it create the spirit, which we're going to create as a clone. So create clone of myself, and since we're creating a clone, let's make sure we destroy the clone when it should be destroyed. So put a delete this clone here and here, so this will destroy the clone between levels, this will destroy the clone when the game is over. So now we have a clone, so we need a when I start as clone. Now we don't need to get it to go to the spirit or anything like that, or go to the wretch, because it will appear naturally in the same place as the thing from which it's cloned, unless you move it. So that's fine. So we can go straight to the costumes, and we can say switch costume to spirit O, and then it's going to go marching through all the other costumes. So repeat, and how many times? Well, there are 29, so it is 29, not 28, because we're counting from 0 this time. So repeat 29 times, next costume. We need a wait, so that there's time for the eye to catch it each time. So do we put it here or here? Well, actually here's better because we want it to pause slightly on this one as well. So that's that. Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, I kind of like that. He's a little bit too low. So let's get him to point upwards. Not quite 0. I'm going to put it at 15 because later I'm going to want him to fly off at a slight angle. And let's move him 30 steps. Okay, let's try that out. I like that. Okay, these sizes are quite good. So 40 is a good size. We've definitely established that. So I'm going to just make sure that that sticks by setting the size here to 40, and that will go for the remains, but it will also get inherited by the clone. So now with the clone, after he's appeared, I want him to fly off into the heavens and fade away. And the way we'll get the fly effect is by alternating between these two. So make a block, call it flap wings, and basically it's just going to say, okay, if you're not in one costume, then go to the other. Grab an if then else. If costume number equals, next to the last costume has number 43. It's spirit 28, but it's costume 43. So you're in the next to the last one, go into the last one. Otherwise, switch costume to 43, also known as spirit 28. Okay, so now to make him flutter off into the heavens and slowly fade away as he does so, we're going to grab a repeat. Let's say repeat 20 and a flap wings. And we want there to be time to see the flap, so we're going to wait between each flap. And I want him to fade a little bit with each flap, so change ghost effect by 5. So when repeated 20 times, that will make 100. It'll completely disappear. I also want him to go up in the sky as he's doing this, so let's put a move 10 steps in there. Okay, let's see how that looks. I like that, but it's not smooth enough because these waits are too long.
Ouch!
Okay, I like that. And we'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next video.